I can tell you right now, Gemini, that whoever you're dealing with, whatever is going on with them, it's got nothing to do with you, but it's sort of brutally being taken out on you. There is some sense of you really having pulled off almost like fucking magic at this point. Somehow you have gotten somebody to a point, like you've gotten yourself to a point where somebody really trusts you, or you've gotten yourself somebody to the point where you thought that they were getting better, that they were getting help, or this could be all vice versa. This could be you as well. But there is just this sense of sort of reacting against somebody that doesn't have anything to do with the situation. Right? So it really isn't you, it's them. But ultimately they're affecting you. They're impacting you because something twisted and fucked up is going on with their life. And in some ways they rely on you, or they feel like you're a safety zone for them. But ultimately there's just a sense of they just need to get something off their chest. They need to blow off some steam. And ultimately, it's like they could be leaving you or walking away from you or not being around you because they're angry and they're upset. But I can guarantee you they're angry and they're upset because of something that's going on inside of them. Now, yes, this could be actually your energy as well. This could be that feeling inside of you like, I can't be around people right now, really pop offish, like, kind of like freaking out in some ways, not freaking out, but like just almost not being able to help saying shit to people, right? Because ultimately you need to. There's something so, in other words, there's something so frustrating that's lying beneath the surface, and it really doesn't have anything to do with anybody who's around you right now. It's something that is deep inside of you. It has something to do with how you feel about yourself, or vice versa. Flip this energy around. It has something to do with how they feel about themselves. And ultimately it is what is just worrisome, because it's self-destructive. It's an energy that feels really erratic and not completely in control of itself. And ultimately you could just be like, you don't want to get backlashed. You don't want to get whiplash from this motherfucker. You know, it's like you just really kind of like, and you're just sort of realizing it now, like, what have I gotten myself into, and where do I go from here? Like, how do I get out of it? It's just really been very difficult. And some of you could be dealing with the other part of yourself, like feeling like the other part of yourself is extremely out of control. And not really feeling comfortable in your skin right now, and not really knowing what to do with it. There's definitely been, the central card here is there's definitely something to do with a friend, something to do with one of your friends. There's a change in their life. There's a change in how they live. There's a change in them, and you can feel their behavior changing and shifting. Or maybe it's you, but okay, I don't want to have to say this 5,000 times during the fucking reading, because people write me these obnoxious comments like, well, it's not me. So why do you talk like you hate us? That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just describing energy. And if I say you can always flip it. It could be happening to you. This could be somebody. It implies that it's a friend. It implies that it's just a shift or a change in your friendship, but it's because of their behavior, because you're finding out or learning about something very, very painful about this person, or you've learned something that caused you a lot of pain about this person, and ultimately you're just trying to figure out like what to do with it. This is somebody who is very kind of skittish, very sort of hyperactive, has a lot of anxiety. If they're a man, or if you're a man, it's you. Sort of hyperactive, has a lot of anxiety, don't really like know what to do with yourself, like nervous tension. My foot is going, but just feel it. I can feel it happening to me as I'm talking about it. It's like I can't sit still, my foot's going underneath the table. That's kind of what it is. It's just somebody that's sort of always in a rush and wants to do things too quickly and wants to move too fast. They just got this sort of like, they've got this sort of nervous energy about them, and it's almost like and you're like that's kind of, I can't like that. I just keep feeling it. It's too much, sort of overwhelming. Right? That's what it is. It feels completely overwhelming. Blow off some steam came up here, Gemini. That's kind of what you need right now. that you're about to explode. And that's why it's like there's this energy that's kind of erratic and uncontrollable, because what you need to do is just explode, but you're not letting yourself. Instead, it's spewing here, it's spewing there, it's spewing this and this and this and this and this. It's almost like spewing every which way instead of just exploding and blowing up, because it doesn't want to explode. It doesn't want to blow up. It feels that would be the horrible thing to do. That's actually the right thing to do. You know, to sort of just like get it out of your system, get that anger out of your system. You want to contain it, you want to control it, but ultimately that's almost like trying to contain and control the energy of the universe right now. You can't. You're supposed to purge that from yourself. You're supposed to like let it out, because if you don't let it out and you hold it in, there's literally implosion that's going to happen. And it's almost like you can feel that about this person, and you're trying to help this person. 555, I just saw there's more change on the horizon, Gemini. You want to help this person. You want to be supportive. This is my wind beneath my wings card. This is a sense of being somebody's wings, being there to help them, to have fun with them, to stand by them, to play with them, to support them. It's a very supportive energy. It's a very beautiful energy. Maybe just sort of just riding on like an angel's wings. You really feel like, and interesting enough, even if this energy isn't you, you're still feeling it. And that's kind of why maybe your life feels so out of whack right now, because this person's energy is impacting you. It's like affecting you, affecting how you feel and how you wake up in the morning, and it doesn't feel very right. You know, it just doesn't feel right. That's all you would understand. It just doesn't feel right. Right? And you don't know how to make it right. And the truth is, you have to let go. You have to let yourself explode. You have to allow what you're afraid to allow because you want to avoid any kind of damage. But ultimately, it's almost like the damage needs to be done. Not the damage has been done, but it's like the damage needs to be done. It has to just pop. A new romantic cycle begins. So this could be somebody that you really have strong feelings for, but ultimately it's kind of like, and all of a sudden now all these nuances about their character start to come out, and you're like, what the f is going on? Like what? You know, you know when you have decided, or you think that something is going to go one way, and you start to get comfortable with it, and you have so much hope because maybe past relationships or past circumstances like this. If you're not dealing with a romantic relationship, this could be, apply the energy to where it's appropriate in your life, right? It's just a sense of, but this specifically says a new romantic cycle begins, like feeling like, where did all this intensity come from all of a sudden? And almost being pissed at the person, because it's like, come on, man, why are you fucking this shit up? Why are you acting like this? Because if you keep acting like this, you're going to lose my attention. You're going to lose my trust. But here I am sitting here like, I don't want that to happen. I don't want this to be ruined too. I don't want to have to walk away. I will. Emotions are running high implies that you somehow are trying to impact and affect the person that you're with or the person that you're working with. And the reason why is just because you care so much, right? That's the sense. And your hard work is paying off means that you felt like you were making breakthroughs. Somehow you thought you were getting somewhere with this person. And this is an implication that you were. But there's this frustration that's so pervasive right now. Okay, so I pulled some cards, but let me pull this card. Let me pull the Wisdom of the Golden Path, because I just feel like I need, yeah, there you go. Came right out. I just feel like I need more information. Don't compromise. Oh, rose petals. So you've waited a long time. You were, okay. That's the message. Thank you, God, for telling me which cards to pull. Gemini, essentially, you have waited and prayed for this for so long. You've wanted this for so long. And now it's about ready to come to you. Because, you know, it's like the heavens are finally opening up. They want to help you. And it's like you thought maybe you wanted that so bad. You know, when you think that you've just got a gift from God, and then all of a sudden it starts to like come out to be twisted, and you're like, no, fuck that. I want what I want. don't compromise your standards just because you're sick of waiting for the good stuff to come in. Just because it's like you want this to be God raining its pleasure down on you, like God giving you what you've asked for. Just because you want that so bad, don't compromise your standards to make what you're getting what you've always wanted. Because ultimately there's this sense of like, it's not. And even though it seemed like it started out like it was going to be perfect, and it seemed like it kind of was exactly what you've always wanted, these blessings coming from above, ultimately there's this sense of you will get this. Absolutely. Gemini, as long as you don't compromise your standards. You know, don't compromise your standards by rushing into something that isn't all that you expected, because honestly, your expectations are paramount right now. If it doesn't match what you've always prayed for, or you're starting to get heebie-jeebies because somebody is acting out of line, and all of a sudden, like, they're just not acting like the person that you thought you met, get them away from you. And I know I could feel the disappointment, like, not again. I don't want to have to do this again. You got to do it as many times as you got to do it until you find the right person. You do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. There is definitely somebody you have been putting so much energy and effort into supporting and making better, making the best of themselves, giving them other options. But you can't save somebody. If you're giving them all these options, like, you're getting yourself frustrated. You are giving too many fucks. Give zero. Holy shit. Have you eaten? You are acting like a big ass baby. You need food in your belly. Eat a fucking taco. Have you been starving yourself, Jeff? And I feel like that's what it is. It's almost like maybe in some ways it's upsetting you so much. You haven't been eating. You haven't been eating right. You haven't been drinking right. You haven't been sleeping right. This is really getting into, look, it's getting into your physical body. It's getting into how healthy your physical self is. And I'm sorry, but that's just not something you can compromise. Get some fucking sleep. Amen. You are being an ass because you are fucking tired. Face to pillow now. It's almost like you have been neglecting yourself because you have been pounding so hard for somebody else. And ultimately, Gemini, you have to stop. You should not be working as hard as you are right now. I know you want to convince yourself that this is the chance, this is the shot. It is not. And you cannot compromise your standards just to twist the situation to be what you want it to be instead of what it really is. And I know you can feel that. I know you can feel it inside of you already. You don't want to feel the disappointment, but you do feel the disappointment. So you know what? Just own the disappointment and accept it. And I get it. I get it. Now you're going to have to accept double disappointment because it's not what you hoped for. Well, clear it out of the way fast, because the faster you clear it out of your way, Gemini, the faster what you hoped for will come in. Oh, now is a lucky time. That's coming in the future. Let's see what's going on right now. Lay a solid foundation. So you have an opportunity for great abundance in the future if right now you lay a solid foundation. And that foundation is 100% the boring things, the silly things, but ultimately the most important things. Yeah, there's a sense of being very pedantic about the way that you're going about this, to use mind over heart. We're all kinds of fucked and flipped right now. I'll tell you, like, it's just crazy. And it's almost like you're moving, for some reason, you're using your heart more than you usually use your head. And Gemini, that is, it's sabotaging you. Because ultimately, you would never have given somebody this much of a chance. Coyote, trust in divine detours. There's definitely a turnaround coming that has something to do with what's going on in your life right now. Time to let go. This is forgiveness and letting go. This is Scorpionic energy. If the only way to cut your ties from the stuff that's dragging you down is to let it go and have no power over you anymore. Time to heal. Oh my God, you have to actually like let out some of that pain and hurt and suffering. It's like, yeah. Oh God, it's just sitting in your belly. You need to get it out. You need to let yourself purge all that frustration that you know that you're feeling, because honestly, it isn't what you thought it would look like. It isn't what you thought it would be. There is a beautiful, let me get to the present day cards before I go on to the future. Okay. Oh, fuck. And now the fucking story comes out, right? I'm sorry. Hold on. Underlying, oh. Okay. So this is almost like a false friendship. A friendship that's disloyal, changing. A change in loyalty. You're shifting. And this came out too. So there's just this sense of not being able to see the beauty in somebody anymore. Not really being able to see why they're even in your life anymore, because they've changed so much. How they treat you has changed so much. Trust in the great mystery. This is awakening to truth, even if it's a hard truth to swallow. This is starting way in the past. So very manipulative, bullying energy. A sense of you won't be able to let yourself take a break, something or someone overworking you and being extremely impatient, probably either with yourself or this person, starting to overlook you, starting to be inconsiderate, starting to be very manipulative, pull your strings, force you to work harder, force you to do more work. And basically eat up all your time. Like they are taking advantage of your kindness is what I'm saying, Gemini. And then we have be here now in the present moment. You can't. It's almost like you don't feel comfortable. There's a discomfort with being in this present moment. You don't like the way that it feels because it's not right for you. Up here is feeling stuck, feeling status quo, feeling really boring, mundane, and blah. Okay. You see clearly now, opening your eyes to the truth about a situation, as well as sort of accepting wisdom, which is an objective perspective to begin with. But ultimately, there is a sense of the greater good. What is the greater good? Abundance and prosperity. And an insight. Interesting. Slow and steady wins the race. Yeah, in other words, you're going to get your abundance. It's absolutely guaranteed to you, but for right now, it's taking a while to come. Why? Because you don't want your abundance to show up at the same time as false friends. Let's put it that way. A rebirth is assured, and sometimes life's, growing out of this phase of your life is really hurting you because there was so much of you emotionally invested into somebody else or this opportunity, and letting it go, you already know that it's necessary, but letting it go is extremely painful because of all that you've done to get this far. Now, what do we have in the future? Because that's what's really interesting. Coyote comes up, which means this is going to come out of the blue, all of a sudden turning around, or finding out that somebody you thought hated you absolutely adores you. But ultimately, there's sort of this surprise relationship with somebody that you would never have expected. They're probably not your type. But Rabbit is here saying this is a very fertile time for you. This is a very fertile combination for you. This is somebody that will dig you and you will easily dig them. Hold on. Okay. So, yeah, and it's like, it's going to happen really quickly too. Just a completely different kind of, just a complete turnaround, or a sense of a love itself, like a turnaround in love that kind of like makes you go in a different direction and happens really, really quickly. Now, interesting. Let's get more specifics, because is this person finally changing, finally turning around, or is it you finally being like, listen, I almost feel like, I have to say this, I almost feel like you're just determined and you don't want to give up right now. There's a sense of like, no, I'm going to get my way about this. I'm going to make this person into exactly what they promised me they'd be. That almost that energy. And if that energy is what you're dealing with, no wonder you're feeling so uncomfortable. It's going to like evil twins about to jump out, because there's just a sense of like, you will eventually like Bruce Banner this shit, and the Incredible Hulk will come out. Like eventually that's where it will go. So you can maybe almost feel, or you're a little bit worried right now, that you feel like, wow, this person's acting in a way where I will bail. I will dump this job. I will dump them. I will definitely leave, because something just isn't feeling good. Yeah, definitely not. So this is you going against your own better sense. This is you almost like you saying what other people want you to say. There's so much pressure on the North Node right now. It's almost like the North Node has like a sense of like no say at all. Great. Yeah, that it's just not going to work out, and it's almost like, how unwise can you be, right? But ultimately, people make those fucking choices, and what are you gonna do? This kind of pressure is really when you see the truth of somebody, and it's not always pretty, and it's not always easy. But Gemini, it is always valuable. Tarot, parrot spirit. So this is not shutting up, just saying whatever needs to be said. Somebody just saying whatever needs to be said, just shoving words at you and making you feel diminished, or basically it's diminishing them. The fact that how they're running their mouth is diminishing them. They're making themselves look like an egotistical prick. They're showing their egotism. Like it's very, very, it's wow. Wow. Let's get into your angel reading. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do ring that bell. And then also, let's go back. Subscribe to the channel and then ring that bell, because there will be Gemini specific content every single Thursday I release between 5 and 6 a.m. California time, so LA time. Also, please do join me over on Vimeo. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I've just been through a lot this week and my words aren't coming out correctly. So also join me over on Vimeo. There's always an extended video for every single one of these videos. And it's a full tarot card spread and a romance specific reading. And tarot really personalizes, gets into some depth. So we're gonna get details and specifics in with tarot, and that link is below. And you can subscribe over there and get access a day early to all of the extended videos. And then please also join me on Instagram, born_without_boundaries, where I do a live video Monday through Friday so we could interact. So lots of great ways to support the channel, and I'm really grateful for your constant support of the channel. So thank you so much, Gemini. Let's see what the angels have to say. Anxiety. We surround you with the healing light of amethyst. Take a deep breath and breathe in this beautiful violet light. Feel your anxiety melting away. There is nothing to fear. There is only love. You know, anxiety happens when we're running a mile a minute and we're just like letting ourselves run over ourselves. So getting back to that breath is basically you taking time for yourself, because you've been hyper active trying to like do something for somebody else. Think global. You are being encouraged to spread your wings. Think outside the square. You are a citizen of the world. Expand your vision. Imagine the world within your heart. Embrace it. Surround it with love. Let it be, and so it will be. There's so many other people out there that will offer you opportunities. To be this anxious about a specific opportunity or person, it's hurting you. Courage. You have what it takes. Just do it. We, your angels, are here to support you. Damn, Gemini. Healing. I, the angel of healing, am with you right now. Feel my presence and my unwavering love for you. I have loved you before the dawn of time, and I will love you for all eternity. This is a wonderful time for you to get back on your own side and give yourself some space. Positive thinking. Positive thinking is vital in creating a healthy and abundant life. A positive attitude along with positive beliefs and thoughts are crucial ingredients for creating happiness. Don't worry. Think love. Protection. You are safe. Do not fear. We are with you always and surround you always with our invisible wings of light. I do feel that in some ways somebody has really started to scare you. Yeah. In which case, you can't allow that in your life. Clarity. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in the blue of the sky. Feel a gentle breeze flow through you. There is peace. There is clarity. A magical healing has just taken place, a gift from your guardian angel. Last but not least, healing angel. I mean, this is all about you. Healing these deep wounds inside of you that's sort of being projected or realized by this very unhealthy person you've allowed into your life, or unhealthy opportunity. At this very moment, you are being bathed in gold, pink, and deep green light. Accept this healing. We, your angels, surround you with wings of love. You are eternally free, eternally fresh, and eternally abundant. Let's go over to tarot so we can clarify all these energies and get specific advice as to the way forward and what is up with this person. So that link is below. I'll see you guys over in the extended.